Hey there, Alea Williams here, and I am super excited because I literally, and I do mean literally, have a stack of planners on my lap to share with you in this video about best planners for entrepreneurs. So even though I love online tools and things that help you automate and organize your business, I think there's something really special about having a paper planner that you love because it's so much more agile and personal than online tools. And so even though I use project management tools and Google Calendar, I still have a paper planner that I write my goals in and check my progress in. And I highly recommend that for you. So I just want to share some of my favorites that I have here with me in person. For a full list, click the link below the video to go to my blog, and there's more detailed information about each of these planners as well as links and everything. But here are a few that I have with me that I just wanted to share with you today. First and foremost, I wanted to share the Next 12 Months Weekly Planner, which was designed by yours truly. The Next 12 Months Weekly Planner is designed specifically for entrepreneurs and solo business owners, and it's great for bloggers too. And I created this because it was the planner that I needed. Sometimes we pick up planners and notebooks and things like that, and we're really excited in the beginning, and then we put them down and get distracted. So I made this undated so that if you ever abandon it at any time for any reason, or if something comes up, because we all know life happens, you can pick up the planner without too much wasted time or space. So it's undated, as I mentioned, and there's space to write your goals for the month and notes as well. And my favorite part, which is where you're going to spend most of your time, is the weekly spread. So there's space to track your week, and there's also the marketing tracker, which is my favorite and which is a favorite, customer favorite. When you wear a lot of hats and you run your own small business, oftentimes what gets pushed to the sideline is your own stuff, and often that means the marketing. So the marketing tracker is here to help be a handy tool for you to help keep you on track and keep your business visible. Because how can people work with you and hire you if they don't know you exist and they don't know what you do? So that is what that is for. And new for this edition, due to customer feedback, which I love, I added a monthly expenses and sales tracking pages. So you can write down any business related income or expenses that you have. And there's also a place for monthly review, monthly stats. And at the end of the year, there's a place for annual review and stats tracking, which are right there. And there's also note pages. You can use the note pages for notes, obviously. Whoops. I use them to track blog post ideas, new contacts that I've met, business and product ideas. So any kind of notes, the pages are yours to do what you will. And almost every planner that I'm going to show you today has some note pages, so that's great. The Next 12 Months Weekly Planner comes in paperback, which I was holding up. It also comes in a spiral bound edition in 2 different sizes, standard letter size and a little half size right there for you. And the contents on the inside are exactly the same. It's just about the format that works for you. It came out in spiral bound first, but when the paperback came out, I actually fell in love with that, and that's what I carried for all of 2016. And both are available now at my website. You can click the link below. Another planner that I love, and one that I use to track my personal goals and personal development, was the Desire Map Planner by Danielle Laporte. And this planner comes in daily and weekly formats, and it has this kind of streamlined dark gray and gold cover, as well as some pretty patterns. So if you're into something that's a little more visually dynamic or visually appealing, you can go for that. If you want something more streamlined like I do, you can get this version right here. And this is the weekly edition that I'm holding up. And again, there's a daily as well. But if you know Danielle Laporte, everything she puts out looks great, feels great, and is like top quality. So you're definitely getting a treat when you get this planner. And there's like a handy pocket there. And even though this one isn't designed specifically for entrepreneurs, I think that entrepreneurs can get a lot of value out of it. And if you are spiritual or like to put a little soul into your goal planning, this is a good one for you. It's full of like great little prompts and reminders. The whole point is to feel good, less striving, more living, prioritize pleasure, keep your soul on the agenda. So if you like little prompts and reminders, this handy planner is full of them. And I love the little tabbed pages, so you can rip off at the perforation and know where you are in the planner. With this and any planner that you get, just do a little pen test when you get it to see if there's any bleed through or smudging or smears. This does, I mean, the paper feels amazing, but it's kind of smooth. So if you use a ballpoint pen, that's going to work on any of these planners I'm talking about. But if you like to use anything special like Papermate Flair or Inkjoy Gel or any other kind of special pen, with any of these planners, just do a little pen test in an inconspicuous place and see if your chosen pen is going to work with the planner, and if not, you may want to choose a different pen. I personally think the planner is more important than the pen, by the way, so don't let that stop you, but I just wanted to make a note on that because these are all made with like different kinds of papers and things. I love the tabbed months on this planner. It's just beautifully designed. It's well thought out. I love the little elastic band to help keep it closed. So the Desire Mat Planner by Danielle Laporte comes in daily, weekly, and a couple different looks to it too. So you can click below and explore and see if one of them is right for you. The planner that got me back into the planning game, and the one I used from, I think, mid-2014 to mid-2015 until I created the Next 12 Months Weekly Planner, was The Day Designer by Whitney English. This is like a behemoth of a planner. And that was like the biggest downside for me when I was at home all the time. This sat every day right next to my laptop or desktop, whatever computer I was at. It was right there next to me. And I use this every day, and that was a first for me for a long time. As I mentioned at the beginning, sometimes we put planners down and we walk away and there's all this wasted space. And this was the first time in a few years that I was able to dedicate myself to using a planner regularly. And I used it so regularly that I only have like one blank page in here that I can show you what the layout looks like. But I'll actually start at the beginning. There's a pocket in the front. There's a teeny bit of space to do some goal setting. Oops, there we go. Goal setting and recording your goals. It is tabbed, as you can see. And let me find that page again. It is a daily planner, which again is why it is big. So that's something else to consider. If you are going to get a monthly planner, obviously that's going to be like the thinnest available. The next step up will be weekly, and daily is going to be the thickest. But it could be thicker technically because the paper is pretty thin on a Day Designer. So, you know, there's a lot of pages in it, but it's not, you know, your life can be more difficult. I really love the layout because it splits the schedule and to-do list. I don't use the dinner planning because I don't meal plan. I don't meal plan in general, and I don't meal plan in my planner. But if you do meal plan, there is space for that. And if not, you can always put a sticker over it or Sharpie over it or whatever. In terms of like the weekly or the daily page design, that was the only feature that I didn't really use, but you may find it very useful. There's also inspirational quotes on every page. So I, again, was a big fan, and until I created my own planner, this was the one I used. So Day Designer by Whitney English. And there is a mini size now since I got this one. And the company partnered with another company called Blue Sky that has products in Target and other retailers, I believe. And so now there are many more covers and designs and sizes. So I'm not sure if they're still in Target right now because Target's carrying a couple of other lines. I think they're carrying sugar paper as well as their own. So the best thing to do, I would say, is go to the Day Designer website, which I've linked below, and you can explore all the options that are available to you. Next, and new to me, is the Tools for Wisdom planner. This is the Always Believe in Yourself cover. This planner is available on Amazon, and you can choose from a variety of covers that are available. This planner, in terms of design, is probably my least favorite. The graphics don't really speak to me, but those pages can be removed, and that's what I would do. But I just wanted to show you what it looked like. So the graphics don't really speak to me. Whoops, lost a page there. So the graphics don't really speak to me, but it's really practical, and I like the actual planning layout pages. So it is tabbed, as you could see. And before you dive in, there are places to write down where you are now, where you want to go, and how you're going to get there, which I think are important things to consider when you're goal setting. What I like is that in the goals tab, there's a place to track your personal and your professional goals. Each month, your essential goals. I don't love the monthly spread a whole lot, but that's not where I spend most of my time when I'm planning, so that's not a huge deal. And a monthly spread is a monthly spread, so it's not like the end of the world. And there's space to track goals and notes on the side and the bottom. It is technically a weekly spread, but you can do hourly planning on a daily basis. And there's space to keep track of your goals on the bottom of the page. So you always have your goals in sight, literally. So I love that practical nature of it. So again, some of the stuff in the beginning, the design is not really like my flavor, so to speak, but I really like just the practical layout of the actual planner itself, which again is the most important part. But I just like to show you all the features. And at the end, which is cool, monthly priorities master list. So not a review, but a place to track what your priorities were for the month. And at the end, there's a pocket to keep your stuff in, so that's handy. And I do love the cover. Again, it comes in different designs, and so even though I actually like the colors on this cover, even though it's not necessarily like a design that I would go for, I love the colors, and I love the feel of this cover. It's sturdy, so if you carry your planner around everywhere, and this might get banged around a bit, that's really helpful. But it's got like a little cushion, it's kind of padded and yet sturdy. So I actually really like the cover. That makes it a little heavy, kind of on par with the Day Designer, but not quite as heavy. It's definitely thinner than the Day Designer. Let me pick that back up actually, and I can show you. So it's still smaller than the Day Designer. But I love the feel of the cover. Just kind of, again, it's sturdy but cushiony. I don't know how to describe that, but I liked that. So that is the Tools for Wisdom planner, and it is available on Amazon, again, in a variety of patterns and colors that you can choose from. And the last planner is a niche planner that I just wanted to show you really quick. It's not a traditional planner, but for those of you who may not need or want a daily planner, but want something to help you with your content, because again, staying up on your content and your marketing is important as an entrepreneur, the Epic Blog Planner. It is also available on Amazon. And I'll just give you a quick peek at the table of contents. And again, to see all these planners, you can visit my website at the link below, and I show you more pictures and give you a few more details. But there's a table of contents of what's inside. You're walked through how to use it. There's space to do a mini business blog plan, an ideal reader survey, talk about your blog process, do some monthly theme planning. I won't show you my messy writing because that's kind of embarrassing. Oh well, who cares? There's like monthly theme planning pages. I actually don't use this for my own blog planning. Someone suggested it to me, but I wanted to kind of walk through using it so that I could review it and tell you about it. And I've been recommending it for a year or two, basically almost, I don't know when it came out exactly, but I feel like I've been recommending it for over a year. So people have been happy with it. There's a blank calendar to plan for your blog, place to track your titles and what supplies you would need. And then at the end, she has, the author has note pages. She names them. So blog post ideas, their sponsored posts, things like that. So in case you need help figuring out like what you want to keep track of, that's really helpful. If you prefer your note pages, you know, unnamed or whatever, you can always cross it out. Again, you can modify, and that's something nice about paper planners. And then there's stats, she calls them accomplishments, and logins. And I would say don't use this. don't use the login page or any written password logger. I know it can be hard to keep track of your passwords, but use a tool like LastPass. Paper planners are great, but if you leave it or it gets stolen, God forbid, then you have to figure out all your passwords to change because someone's got them right in their hands. You basically hand delivered it to them. So that is the only thing I would say not to use in here or any other planner, is like writing down your passwords. Get a tool like LastPass or something like that. But other than that, Epic Blog Planner, great niche planner. So again, we had the next 12 months designed by yours truly, the Desire Map Planner, the Day Designer, the Tools for Wisdom Planner, and the Epic Blog Planner. There are also a few more that I review that I don't have in hand for this year that you can find on my website. It's aleawilliams.com/bestplanners. The link is below, so check that out. I hope you find the planner that's right for you, and please feel free to leave a comment or drop me a note on my website if you have questions about any of these planners or other planners. I want you to find the right planner for you to help you rock this year and the next 12 months in your business. Thanks for watching, and happy planning.